I'm Poppy Harlow, and you're watching Pew News, the most news site of all time. First off, merch, okay? Merch. What do you not understand? There is new merch. What are you doing? Now, I'm Poppy Harlow, and I'm not supposed to give my own opinion, but I'm gonna make an exception and say that this is the hottest merch. He brought back the Sukabiat shirt hat thing. We really have just two news I want to talk about. There hasn't been that much that I care about. The first one is about Fortnite, everyone's favorite game. Apparently now, parents are paying tutors for teaching their kids to become better at Fortnite. These scrubs. This is what happens when you birth beta children that needs help to become better. Pathetic. Really, what they should be doing is giving their children, according to the article that originated from the Wall Street Journal, there's pressure not to just play it, but to be really good at it. Do they not know that all they gotta do to be good at the game is you don't need to learn the game. You just gotta be extremely good at Photoshop, okay? There you go, everybody. Problem solved. You don't have to pay 20 bucks an hour to teach your kids, because apparently that's what's happening. You can go to this website called Gamer Sensei. If you want to improve in games, I mean, fair enough. I can't really hate on that. I just find it funny that parents think it's somehow required to give their children this so that they can seem cooler or fit in. You know, back in my day, I couldn't get my parents to buy me anything gaming related. So hey, props to you parents. I guess. I don't know. This parent called Nick Menon says has been paying coaches to tutor his son. Noble said the 12-year-old's gone from struggling in the game to throwing down 10 to 20 wins. Damn, son. You know, when I was a child, World of Warcraft was the game that everyone played. I remember if you weren't playing World of Warcraft, you weren't really part of the social group or whatever, or Tibia. It was actually Tibia, but regardless, there wasn't really any requirement for you to be good at the game. I guess now that the big game is Fortnite, kids want to be good at it and seem better than they are. It's an interesting phenomenon. A lot of people are justifying this as, oh, I can train my child so that they can become pro. Yes, because Fortnite will definitely be relevant in another couple of years. That seems like a great investment. It's not just social exclusion that is causing some parents to turn to tutors. You're not good at Fortnite. You can't hang with us. Jimmy comes back a couple lessons later, throwing down 10 to 20 wins, gets all the women, saves the day. Jimmy is a legend. One collegiate esport club called TESPA announced this year it would offer over 1 million in scholarships and prizes to students competing in 6 different video games. This reminds me of, I think in Japan they have like YouTube schools because it's such a popular phenomenon to be a YouTuber in Japan. And it's not like anyone that finished these schools have become any YouTubers. This is one of those useless things you could get into that won't lead up to anything. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case here, but it does sound fairly familiar. It's also interesting because I reflected myself a couple days ago on how the approach to YouTube has shifted tremendously. When I started, I mean when PewDiePie started YouTube, what was it, 8 years ago? I felt like I was the biggest loser ever. Even just talking alone in a room in front of a camera, that was just unheard of. Even just talking into a microphone alone on camera, it was just weird. You wouldn't do that. You were a weirdo if you did it. Surprise, surprise! There's another news article about PewDiePie. Tagged WTF influencers. What did he do this time, huh? Can't even go a week. PewDiePie makes fake claims over sponsored videos posted by DigiDay, who claims to be about authority, insight, and honesty. Doubt! So they're basically saying that I'm claiming to be sponsored by Volvo, when really I wasn't, and saying that I make fake claims over sponsored videos. I love how they don't allow comments on the article. So the only way to really find out what people think, and I think it's pretty unanimous that this is a, how do I not swear? It's a bad story. The video that they are referring to is me playing PUBG. I feel like at this point, I need to just stop replying, because the more I reply, the more inevitably I'm going to get more hit pieces like this. Because it reinforces that I'm against the media, and therefore I'm a villain in the media's eye, and that's just gonna keep on going and going, and these will just appear. But this one is just too funny not to bring up. It's me playing PUBG, driving around in a car. That's it. Surprise, surprise. Volvo, the car manufacturing company, did not pay me to play PUBG, to drive around in a car. That's not even a Volvo, it's a Dacia. It's a big surprise, big shocker, I know. So what this website decided to do instead of having a brain was, well, it says in the title it's sponsored by Volvo, so we're gonna reach out to Volvo and ask them. And guess what they said? No, it isn't. Surprise! Big surprise, everyone. It's not sponsored by Volvo. That video wasn't actually sponsored by Volvo, according to a Volvo spokesperson. First paragraph. Cool. All right, cool. This seemed like a great article, but it keeps going. Volvo was unaware of this association with PewDiePie. They're not associated. It's a joke. I'm driving around killing people with a car. It's a joke. It's a joke. Why do I have to spell it out? Do I have to say it every time? I know it's like a meme that I always go, it's a joke. But now this is taking it to next level. So they reached out to Volvo and they reached out to me as well. I saw the email and I thought that is the dumbest thing. They cannot be serious. They cannot be seriously writing an article about this. So I changed the title to sponsored by Saab. So what did they do? They reached out to Saab as well. On August 3rd, more evidence popped up to indicate Volvo did not sponsor the video. They're really living up to the insight and the honesty here. Definitely doing a good job. They found more evidence, guys, that this was not actually sponsored. After Digiday's email to PewDiePie's channel, the title was changed to sponsored by Saab. And they reached out to Saab as well. They reached out. Why? Why? Why did you reach out to Saab as well? Are you that... You can't... There's no way you're that stupid. Saab responded, we do not have a sponsor relationship with him and had no knowledge of that YouTube video prior to your email. A Saab spokesperson email. They reached out to Saab as well. So by their logic is that he said that the video was sponsored by Volvo for a year. And then all of a sudden... And it's not sponsored by Volvo. And then all of a sudden, a year after, it gets changed to sponsored by Saab. So we better make sure to reach out to Saab to make sure for more evidence that it isn't actually sponsored by Saab. It's pretty clear that they're not that stupid. Like, no one is this dumb. That's the thing. It's clear they're pretending to be dumb just so that they can go around and ask brands like, is it true? Is it true? So what they're implying in this article here is saying that advertisers often take their cues from other advertisers in the decision whether to work with an influencer. PewDiePie may have thought that other advertisers would see the Volvo video as a sign that the controversy is over. So they're basically implying that this wasn't just a joke. This was me trying to make so that brands would pay me money, tricking people into this video was actually sponsored by Volvo so that I could make more money. I'm just saying what they think this is. I know it's ridiculous. So they reached out to a bunch of brands that I worked with. It's basically another way to hurt my brand. They just want people to know, hey, PewDiePie is a controversial YouTuber. You shouldn't be working with him. And I agree, like if you're a company and you're not aware of who I am, you shouldn't be working with me either. I'm not trying to trick people into paying me. I want to have genuine good relationships with brands. Luckily, I'm not dependent on working with brands to do what I do, but when videos get demonetized, which does happen still, it's a nice way to counter that. I always pick brands that I know that you guys will enjoy as well, what will make an entertaining video, or a product that you might be interested in. The chairs, for example, is a great example because we did the promotion just at probably the worst time ever. They took a leap to work with me and it turned out great. It was a great promotion, and obviously the whole meme happened and it was just a really successful thing and fans loved it too. It was great for the company, and that's the thing. I want people to know, yes, I am a controversial figure. I don't care about working with you if you don't know who I am. So this article is just a way to, as dumb as it is, it's just a way to basically try and hurt me even more. And these articles just keep coming and they keep coming. And it's just so pity and it's so desperate and it's so reaching. And it just ruins the credibility of your website. I feel like there's such a disconnect between the corporate world and the culture on the internet. And that's why there's such a disconnect between what my brand is and how a lot of bigger corporations perceive it. A lot of times the brands that a lot of big companies love, all the big YouTuber names that appear in the rewind or whatever, those are the type of brands that most people on the internet actually don't respect. It seems like their worlds are completely upside down. The more you appeal to the corporate culture, the less respected you are on the internet for being dishonest, because people are smart enough to see through it. I don't know, I kind of went off on a tangent, didn't I? I genuinely don't want to pick fights with the media. Like, it's tiresome. I'd be lying if I said that, you know, obviously it's fun to laugh at these articles, but when they come in all the time, it's annoying. It's frustrating because I know people don't understand it. Most of it probably is because of me. I don't want to paint myself as a victim or anything because I know a lot of it is self-inflicted, but I do think I get a lot more than I deserve. And I think this article is an example of that, because anyone with a brain would just understand this was clearly a joke. And especially, it was a joke that could not hurt anyone. It's not an offensive joke, it's just a joke. What do you think? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I upload videos every single day. Check out the new merch. It's a great way to support the channel. We also still sell the Pew News mugs. Yay! Also, there's a join button if you guys want to check that out. I'm gonna be doing private live streams just for the subscribers, so you get a cool little logo next to your name if you comment down in the comments, and access to custom emojis, and many, many more. That's it for me for now, and as always,